Welcome back. Things have changed here at Dev's Ice Base. As you can see, I've been busy. We're calling this the Lost episode. I recorded an episode in pieces and then went to compile it and found out I had muted my microphone. Yeah. So that was way before I did all of this, obviously. So yeah, you're getting to see this in mostly done progress. And as you can see over there, let's go over here, like so. And yes, this area, let's bring up the map. I've used a little bit of TNT. I'm going to go grab some more from the witch farm, and we can talk about the witch farm when we get there. Used a little bit of TNT because, yeah, this is proving to be pretty thick in this area, which you can get a sense of when I come over. Meow. Yes, I've been watching a little bit of Vex lately. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so just cutting out the land, bringing it down to sea level, and then this is easy enough to just take a work pick to and go like so. And the infinite water streams connect. And if these weren't here, oops, we'd get a nice little row of it there, like so. Except for when that happens. Of course, then I can farm the ice. So I have my own very large ice cube tray. This is all going to be one deep. And over here are my temporary storage. I believe dirt starts here, and yeah, ends here. So I have a little bit of dirt. I think this is sand. That's nothing. That's smooth stone, cobblestone, cobble. Got some more smooth. Here we go. Some more smooth there. Some gravel. Ice. And not the fusion kind. Oh, hey. So, yeah, still gonna need more. Yeah, I tore down the makeshift design that I had come up with for cow breeding, as it was kind of in the way at the time, and oops, I wanted to kind of move on. So this is the ice base. Been going through. I've named the shovel world shaper, and I've named, it's just Dev's Silk Touch pick and Dev's work pick. As you can see, my diamond blocks are much diminished, all I do is I go to the Blaze Farm, get an easy 30 levels. Oh, if you're wondering what that is, over Mia, this is the exact center. As you can see, there's a pillar there, there's a pillar there, there's a pillar over there, and you can't see it, but there's one over there. And this is the exact center, and I need that. Why? Because I'm going to build something in the sky and build something in the ground. Um, so I've already discussed this with Lady and Griffiths. As I was trying to figure out what I was going to build and where, I thought, hey, wouldn't it be neat if I had some kind of dungeon? I mean, I am a rogue. And I thought, if I should load up that game, Rogue, and I could play a level and then literally make my base look exactly like that. Completely random with rooms and corridors and traps and yada yada yada. And I was like, totally going to do that. So that's what the ground is going to have in it, with my storage room buried in there somewhere. And then above, I had Lady help me out with a kind of symbol-looking thing that I'm going to build up in the air. Hopefully it will come out pretty decent. We will see. So, we're going to run down this hall like so until we get here to the Nether Hub, which, let me park Nether Horse. Need to come up with a name for Nether Horse. Anyone want to suggest a name for Nether Horse? By all means, leave a comment. Let me know what you think for a name for Nether Horse. By Nether Horse. So up here, you will see that there are a bunch of chests missing, as yes, I've already moved them, and I used Mule to get them there. We'll discuss the dual blaze farm here in a moment. Let's go to the witch farm. So going on 3 or 4 weeks now ago, Gel2579 put out a video, and I will have a link in the description to his video. Basically, he was getting a lot of emails about witch farms, and the same problem that I was having, which was regular mobs spawning inside of the witch farm. Well, as it comes out, and turns out to be, that's kind of poor coding on Mojang. And I say that because of the spawning mechanics. So as you can see, there's a couple monstrosities here in the witch farm now. I gutted everything that was here as far as the redstone. I took out the timer completely. So we have one switch now, and that is the lights. This is the exact design, as far as the redstone is concerned, of JL's design, which you can watch his video for. Individual shifting pads improves performance and them being dropped through. But basically the spawning algorithm looks at air blocks. It says, okay, are you an air block? You're an air block. Alright, let's run the algorithm. Do you have a solid block beneath you? You do. Okay. Do you have 2 opaque, is it opaque or, yeah, opaque blocks above you? You do. Okay, spawning can begin. Go a random 1 to 5 blocks in the X direction from this block. It goes that. Then it says, okay, now go random 1 to 5 blocks in the Y direction. Okay, boom. This is where I'm going to try to spawn mob whatever. And it determined that mob from the original block. Well, if the random moving X and Y takes the final block position to inside of the witch farm, it remembers that it was trying to spawn, say, a creeper here at this block where it started the algorithm, but it ended up inside the witch farm while it still spawns a creeper. And that's why I say it's basically poor coding on Mojang's side. Now, in JL's video, he'll tell you that this can still spawn normal mobs, as the pads, when they move, they have one block that exits the witch farm area. So if the algorithm is running and it triggers and hits that block as that block is being shifted over for the split second that it's there, a regular mob could spawn on that pad. In JL's testing, he did an 8-hour test. He had, I believe he said, 8 mobs on, again, his average, because you can't tell if a creeper spawned. You can only tell if a zombie or a skeleton spawn due to their drops. He estimated that there was 8 mobs that spawned that were not witches, which equates to about 1 an hour. Once I got this up and done, tested by going AFK for about an 8-hour time frame. I had emptied out this chest, and these are the only 2 rotten flesh that I got. Now, was that 1 creature or 2? I don't know. But as you can see, plenty of witches being spawned and dying. And being that that was the only thing I got that was not a witch, I'm thinking it's pretty decent. The drop rates are what the drop rates are. Ooh, before I forget, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So yeah, there's a lot of supplies here. I emptied this chest out completely. When you watch his video, you're going to see that he's using, I believe, redstone in those furnaces. I use sticks because, hey, we had plenty of them. Yeah, I have plenty of redstone too, but being that there's roughly 3 stacks between both sides of the furnaces, this side and the far side, so that side and that side, there's roughly 3 stacks between the 2 furnaces per lane. It's a lot, and as you can see, lots of witches coming and dying. His version, they drop straight down and die. My version, I kept the water path. He basically is boasting that it's about 8,500 items per hour for the drop rate. I'm not looking for such a high efficiency, but I am looking for getting witches to die and not much else. Not sure if I had shown this off in a previous video. Kind of extended this out, separated stuff out. When the Blaze Farm was not up and running, people were coming here to get their XP, and Griff had organized this a lot better, but we ended up with, I came here shortly after he did that, and I ended up getting some additional armor, and instead of tossing it, I was like, well, let's accommodate and get more space in here. And have this anvil set up so that you can repair stuff. There's a personal safe, so you can just store all your stuff in here so that when you start getting stuff from the drops, you can get it all if you want it all. If you get something that you don't want, you can just toss it here on the garbage chute and then open it to destroy it, and that's a cactus, so it will be destroyed immediately. Let me get my gunpowder back. Splash potions of health for quick and easy dispatching of multiple enemies. Should this run out, it says here, push button for more potions. Okay, pushing button, and the cart goes off, and momentarily it will come back stocked with some additional potions. And you're thinking, well, Dev, that's pretty nifty. How'd you do that? Well, and here we hear it coming back. There we go. If we go under the witch farm, I will show you how that works. So, come on over, meow, like so. Go on down, close that up, and yeah, back here, nothing in the chest. Cleaned everything out. Guess we'll just toss that over there. Drop down, and it auto closes. Here we have my brewing thing. Don't know what else to call it. It's a monstrosity. And the train track comes down through here, grabs a potion from this hopper, a potion from this hopper, and then another potion from that hopper as it bounces back through. So you get about 3 potions, and it's off. Getting out of here is a little trickier in that you have to push the button, and just go straight up, and ouch, ouch. Okay, try that again. There we go. Swim up and out into the water, like so. So let's go on over to, I believe the last thing I need to show off is the, yeah, what's that thing called? Oh yeah, Blaze Farm. Yes, the Blaze Farm is complete. Yeah, yeah. So I know in a couple of my things I said I wanted modular enchanting, I wanted brewing, and yeah, I got kind of lazy. Level 30 enchanting, crafting table, anvil, ender chest, killing bots. And in this chest we have the Bitcoin Quill, which I've not signed yet, but basically how to operate the Ethiopian Dual Blaze Farm. That is trademarked, not by me. And how to brew instant splash potions in Chapter 2. And just as a safety note, the Ethiopian Dual Blaze Farm spawner farm comes with full safety protocols, as the trapdoors close and protect the user from entering the killing chamber too far, thus allowing the blaze to attack you. Just open the doors once you've killed all the blaze, and gather your loot. And I will explain what all that means thusly. It basically tells you, stand here on the stone brick slab. These are all half slabs in here. Up there, down there, thus trying to prevent anything from spawning in here. And all of the redstone has half slabs above them. Once you're here in position, flip this switch down. That will activate the spawning by turning the lava off. And then you're going to want to open the bay doors. As you can see, the redstone there in the corners is on. If you click that, the redstone goes off. You'll hear some pistons, and that opens the glass doors so that things can drop down. And as you can see, I can go all the way in here now. And if there were blaze in here, they could aggro on me. The trapdoors will get shut, thus preventing me from going all the way in when we go to damage them. And I will show that off once we get a few blaze. There we go. We should get some blaze over there. You basically want to sit here. You can hit F3. You can see that there's currently about 6 of 46, entities. Once that number gets to, I don't know, 80 is enough to go from level 0 to, is it 80? Yes, 80 blaze and 160 regular mobs to go from level 0 to level 30. Once, I'm just turning this off because I don't want to waste the spawning, but once you get enough mobs in there, just hit this button, and that will pre-damage them so that they become one-hit kills. And you can either stand down here, and as you can see, the trapdoor is closed automatically. You can stand down here and punch them, which will take a lot of your hunger from you. Then you can open the trapdoors, walk right in, gather your loot. Or you can just take the splash potions, toss them in there, and in one fell swoop, and as you can see, I can't get in there. So, just safety protocols designed to keep you, the user, safe. Last thing is the brewing. Somebody's still around. Brewing. If you know anything about cauldrons, then you know that a cauldron only holds enough water to do 3 potions, 3 water bottles, which kind of bites. So Griffiths82 came up with the plan that, hey, well, why don't you make a portal that leads to a brewing room? And I said, well, gee, that must be why you're the famous YouTuber and I'm a nobody. And look at that. Nice little room, some ingredients, some bottles, a infinite supply of water, and you just basically pop the water bottles in here. They'll become awkward. Pop the awkwards into here, they become poison. Poison in here, they'll become instant damage. Instant damage into here, and they become splash damage. These are kind of already filled up a little bit, so should be enough supplies for quite a while. That's this edition. And lastly, getting out of here. So you did not see my train ride here, but I have these trap doors along here, and that is to keep just the same as these trapdoors in here. The original purpose of them is being that that's a full block. That means that it's spawnable. Nether creatures can spawn at any light level. So they could spawn here. We put in the trapdoors. Well, basically took that concept to the rail and said, okay, let's try to do that here. Problem is that here in the corners, we are getting some spawns at times. And I can't put the trapdoor down because then the rail cart, as it's coming downhill, will hit this and stop until that is opened. Going up, it has no problems. The trapdoor can be closed and the rail cart will go up it. Is this a bug? I don't know, but it's a major pain in the backside because I really don't know how to keep mobs spawning from these corners. So, and here's an interesting tidbit. I'm in F5 view and automatically changed over, as I did not hit F5 again. And it will do it again when I get to the turn here. And again, I don't know what causes that. But, so that's pretty much what's been going on. Like I said, this was the lost episode, as I had recorded pretty much all of this, except for the brewing area. That was not included in the lost, as that's been done since then. And obviously, all the work at the ice base, as pretty much none of that had been started yet. But basically, I've been putting on an audio book and just listening to that while I go through many diamonds worth of repairing. I have done a little bit of work in the end to kind of help Griff out with the work that he's doing in there. Just because I know that's a lot of work. And he was having all kinds of problems with his computer. You guys probably have watched his latest episodes, so you know that he was having some issues. But he finally got back. He had been on, but he didn't want to do too much to his area because he wasn't able to record. So he was pretty much, he'd log on, do a little bit in the end, and then kind of go away. And I thought I'd give him a hand here and there. So, well, I think now that you are caught up, I am going to call it a episode. I will say thank you for watching, and I will see you again